Yo, what's up, guys? It's Steve Brown with Track Heads. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Track Heads. So, the finals of the 2024 Paris Olympics 100-meter dash for women has just concluded. It just finished a couple hours ago, and the results were Julian St. Alfred won in 10:72. Sha'Carri Richardson ran it in 10:08. And then Melissa Jefferson finished up in third place at 10:09 and some change, like 10:92. I think Sha'Carri Richardson was 10:87. Hell of a race. Was not even close. Julian, Alfred just bulldozed her way down that track from start to finish. Her drive phase was dope. Her transition was dope. To 60, she was gone, and she just continued to extend that lead. Sha'Carri Richardson and all of her, her top end speed could not catch up to her, and she had probably the most complete race out of everybody, just going from round to round to round. I saw her semifinals. I think I said it in my semifinals. If you look at the video in my past videos, that Julian Alfred probably had the fastest, probably had the best race just in terms of quality. Not even just looking at the time, but she put together the best race. Like I said, I think in my prediction video, her biggest weakness, I think in years past, was the fact that she's a 60-meter champion. Usually you're dealing with 60-meter champions. They can't really finish because they usually hit top-end speed. And this young lady was just able to maintain her top-end speed through the line. And just looked in really good form. I think even if Shericka Jackson ran, I don't think she would have been able to handle Julian Alfred on this one. Even Shelly-Ann Frazier, I don't think she would have been able to handle it. The amount of power, the amount of race execution, race modeling that she displayed in this race was just beautiful. So yeah, big shout out to her. And guys, hold up, before we even get started, my predictions were 3 out of 3 on this one. I had Sha'Carri Richardson winning. I had Julian Alfred getting second place, and then I had Melissa Jefferson getting third place. If you just switch my first and second, ain't that 3 out of 3, right? That's 3 out of 3. And this was before I made this prediction before Shericka Jackson got injured. So, I think that makes me the prediction GOAT, at least for the 100-meter dash for women. So I'm on a roll. We'll see what happens, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, definitely quality race from her. Melissa Jefferson almost probably got, she was a couple milliseconds behind Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson did not run through the line. I think when she saw Julian Alfred go, she kind of didn't run through the line, but she almost got clipped by Melissa Jefferson. That was really close. Melissa Jefferson was kind of swimming towards those last 10 meters, and Daryl Nita would have been on her back and would have passed her up. But definitely quality races by all the Americans, by all the Caribbeans. That's the St. Lucia's first official Olympic medal ever. So big shout out to her. They're gonna name a damn city after Julian Alfred. So shout out to her. She trains over at in Flo's camp over at the University of Texas. So I think she's probably one of the first University of Texas athletes this year probably to get themselves a medal. Of course, Leo also did well in the decathlon as well. Guys, that was a really tremendous 100. Couple things I noticed. Going into the 200. I noticed that Dina Asher-Smith was not in the final of the 100. That was important because Daryl Nita was. And in races past, Daryl Nita would never beat Dina Asher-Smith in no 100. And I'm very curious to see how that's going to foreshadow in the 200. Because, it could both of them make it to the final for sure. Dina Asher-Smith and Daryl Nita can make it. But Dina Asher-Smith, Daryl Nita is having one of her better years, Fourth place, very consistent, 10:09, damn near close to her PR. She went 10:09 again, so her PR, I believe, is a 10:90. For her to run 10:92 in the prelim, I don't know what she ran in the semifinal, but she ran 10:09 again. That's consistency. And that's the kind of rhythm that you want heading into a 200. That's when you're going to be pretty primed to have a season's best or a personal best to hopefully get a medal, assuming that she's healthy. The times were kind of underwhelming, to be honest, and that's no reflection on Julian Alfred. She ran her thing. She did 10:72, but I'm familiar with track. I'm familiar with race rhythm, And I was very surprised at how Sha'Carri ran. Not necessarily the way that she put together her race, but to go from a 10.5 to 10.6 rhythm last year to be at a 10.8 rhythm this year was kind of perplexing to me. Because in the world of sprints, unless she was dealing with an injury, I know it was raining a little bit, but unless something was kind of a hiccup in between, some of these peaks of the Olympic trials and just the way her year went, I was very surprised. I thought she would have either maintained her rhythm from last year or would have, got it, a little bit faster. So I don't know. Very interesting. I think it was more of maybe a comeback year last year that made her, maybe, I don't want to say put a more work in, but I just want to say, yeah, I think 10.8 was kind of underwhelming for me. I saw TT Terry. She did pretty well. I wasn't expecting her to get a bronze medal per se. I think she was having a little bit of struggles from 80 to 100 and just in terms of maintaining her rhythm. But like I said, guys, definitely a quality race. If there was anyone I thought that was going to snag a medal because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce did not run that semifinals, I expected her to be in the finals, was Ta Lou. I thought Ta Lou was going to go in there, maybe sneak a medal. This was her opportunity to sneak it, but I think between the rain, maybe the cold weather, who knows? It just goes to say that if she would have ran the race that she ran in the prelims and running 10.8 and ran that in the final, she would have had herself a medal. So very unfortunate, but like I say, it's just all about the race. It's all about, making it to the finals healthy. It doesn't matter what ranking you are before you go into these races. If you can't run 3 rounds, if you can't be top 3 going into the final, going after the final, finishing up, it don't matter. It don't matter your ranking. So, yeah, guys, that's just my little bit of a recap. Definitely a quality run by Julian Alfred. First, they need to, again, name a city after her over there in St. Lucia. So, big shout out to her. Big shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. Big shout out to Melissa Jefferson. It's great to see her snag that 3rd place because she's a true testament to the fact that if you don't like your situation, you can always change your situation and your life can change like that because, she was training hard, training by herself with her coach from Coastal Carolina. They both, separated. He went over to USC. She went over to Sha'Carri Richardson's camp, and the rest is history. She got herself a bronze medal. So big shout out to her. Can't wait to see how she continues to, do well in the 100. And even this 4x1, you know what I'm saying? I think Jamaica's looking very vulnerable. Great Britain may mess around and snag themselves a silver medal or gold medal if USA is not careful. I think Jamaica's out of there. They're losing a lot of their big guns. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. So thank you guys for watching, guys. This is D Brown with Trackheads. This is my recap of the women's 100-meter dash final in Paris Olympics 2024. Thanks for watching. Peace.